water. I guess we're doing, oh man, Flipsky, don't get wet. Don't get wet, Flipsky. Did the Flipsky get wet? Oh my, oh God, no. Flipsky, Flipsky, don't get wet. Don't get wet, Flipsky. All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're just out on the Flipsky. All right, so we got the Flipsky 75-100 controller hooked up to the BBSHD. I'm gonna go ride it around for a few minutes, see how it's doing. It was kind of rainy earlier today, so I haven't really rode it anywhere since the last time I did a video. I did try something to make the speed appear to be more accurate in the BESC tool. I still don't know that it's like, it still seems like it's a little bit fast, the speed. And so if you were using a hub motor, oh man, that didn't feel good. If you were using a hub motor, you could get your speed showing up correctly, like the wheel diameter. You would just set your wheel diameter, and it's a lot easier with a hub motor. But on a mid-drive, since the motor is like spinning up and stopping and spinning up and stopping, and the motor rotation isn't tied to the wheel rotation, it's challenging. So I mean, I think the speed is kind of working. So I was messing around with stuff, and now I changed something, and it feels a little bit jerky. So I'm going back to try and figure out what it was that I changed. So one thing about this BESC tool is like, it is just, there's so many different settings, and they're all hidden behind these drop downs. It's like I can never remember where the setting that I'm looking for is. So it takes, like, you gotta take some time to learn the software. So what was I looking at? So it was, so general. All right, well, I don't know, like, I was messing around with some setting, and I can't even find it. Like, I can't even find it. So, all right, so forget about that, false alarm. So let's hit the throttle. All right. So one thing that I do really like about this Flipsky controller and the BESC platform and programming this and tuning it is that Bluetooth on your phone in the app is so much more convenient than using a USB cable, like with a phase runner, right? Like, so in the past, every time this is what motor tuning is like. It's like you change some parameters, or you change a parameter, then you test it out, right? Scientific method. You change something, and then you test it, and then you see what the results are, right? So there's a lot of like changing parameters and testing, and changing parameters and testing, and that is just the process that is required to, you know, to program an e-bike with a controller like this. So when you can program it with Bluetooth on your phone, and you don't need wires connected, and you don't need a computer, and the phone app isn't all buggy, you know, and like derelict and like abandoned, then it makes it a lot easier. It makes it a lot easier to program your motor with Bluetooth. So that is one huge advantage of the Flipsky. So let's take a step off and look at the bike here. Still got the phase runner on there. Flipsky, the wires are hanging down all over the place. Like, I gotta figure that out. We gotta figure out a way to tidy that up a little bit. It's kind of a challenge because the Flipsky, you want the air to be hitting it and you want it up against something where it's kind of transferring the heat to it. But you also don't want it to get water inside of it, which would be very easy. So what do you guys think about the Flipsky so far? So I've been able to change the throttle mapping, and that kind of helped with the initial jerkiness of the BBSHD, the mid-drive. It would be a lot easier to set this up with a hub motor, but we're trying it with a mid-drive, so it's more challenging. It seems like my throttle signal might be noisy. I don't know. Because as I'm looking at the power, it's just kind of like I'm trying to hold the throttle pretty steady, but I mean, maybe my throttle is going like that because it's kind of bumpy as I'm riding. I don't know. I think if you make the BBSHD, it seems like if I make it do more than like 40% field weakening, it starts behaving funny. What kind of battery do I have? 70%? So I don't have a good way to look at my speed really. So that's one disadvantage of the Flipsky, is it doesn't have a speed sensor input. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do about that yet. We're cruising though. I don't know if this is 35 miles an hour. I mean, maybe. I think there's something wrong with this throttle, or it's like, I think my throttle is actually getting caught on my brakes, my brake lever. I didn't realize that. I think that is actually why I can't hit the throttle past a certain point. I'm gonna have to fix that. I brought my Allens. pull over up here and fix it. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna turn it off so we can hit the throttle. Now, let's see. I think there's a problem here. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So maybe that explains why it's been a little bit funky. Let's see here. Alright, well I guess I'm just going to hit the throttle all the way and then tighten the brake on right there, because that... It seems like that's where it's going to have to be if I want the throttle in that position. Alright guys, here we go. We're turning the Flipsky back on, down in this tangled mess of things. Okay, wow. So guys, I wonder if there's any way to hook the Flipsky controller up to the cycle analyst, because the cycle analyst you can wire the speedometer to, right? So then you could have the speed. You could bring the speed magnet up to the cycle analyst on its own, but then you'd have to figure out how to hook the cycle analyst up to the Flipsky. I don't know if that's possible. Does anybody know? Alright, so my throttle should be able to go the whole way now. Let's see what effect that has. We've got some like sports puck event going on. I'm not getting involved with that. With them shenanigans. Alright, let's go. It's feeling good right now. It's feeling really smooth. Man, this Flipsky is sweet, guys. Who wants to pay $400 for a phase runner when you can get one of these for $100? I think with the VESC tool, the throttle is more programmable than on the phase runner. I mean, I don't remember configuring the throttle like that with the phase runner. Or the cycle analyst. Maybe there's some way to combine them together. I think there's some hacky way that you can hook a cycle analyst or a phase runner or whatever or I mean hook the cycle analyst up to other controllers that aren't phase runners. There's maybe some way to do it. We gotta figure that out, boys. Because I like the cycle analyst because you can actually read it when you're outside in the sun. And it's just kind of like a no-frills thing. And the cycle analyst allows you to remap your throttle a little bit. It feels like it's just cruising right now. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure what I changed that made it feel so much better. It seems like it's going pretty, it sounds exactly like my phase runner with the field weakening on. It feels like it's basically going just as fast. The speed has to be pretty close. I'm seeing that it's only really doing like 2,000 watts or something here. Man, I could really push that throttle a lot farther than I thought. It was really getting blocked by my brake lever. So I went into the app and I changed that 2,500 watt limit that was on there last time, so that's not there anymore. That shouldn't be happening. There's a lot of people at the boat launch. I hate when people are going to cross the street, but then they're just kind of like standing there. We gotta figure out why this thing won't do more than like 2,500 watts, boys. I have seen it do more, but it was like when it was going up a hill or like under more of a load at a lower speed when you're accelerating hard. But I think there's still some kind of like tuning parameters that are a little bit off that are preventing it. Oh my goodness, the bugs down here. There are so many bugs. Oh, that is unbelievable. Man, those bugs are so crazy. I'm not even going down there. Not even gonna go down there. Where should we go? I feel like I got bugs on me already and I didn't even stop. I don't know, guys. I mean, there's like pros and cons compared to a phase runner. You know, it's not waterproof. It's not potted. You can't really see the app. Like, good luck reading that out in the sun when you're riding around. It's hard to see it. But I mean, the throttle seems a lot more programmable. I don't think that's possible with the phase runner. A lot of people outside today, buddy. It was raining earlier, so it looks like everybody had the same idea. Sunday, sun comes out, gotta go out. Sunday night. Everybody's looking for somewhere to park, and I don't know that they're gonna find anywhere. I bet the bugs are crazy down here too. I want to keep my distance. Let's see if we can stop here without the bugs eating us alive. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, we're still going. We're out with the Flipsky. We are in the Vesk tool. I just wanted to get this thing out for a ride. I'm not exactly sure like where I should go from here or what else I should tune. I guess the main takeaways are under app config, ADC throttle curve. I changed it to exponential, and then I made a negative value. Right now it's -5. Changed it to -4. We'll save that. So this helped me, this exponential throttle mode. That helped a lot. So let's see. So you can put a filter on the throttle that is supposed to use a low pass filter to reject noise. This will introduce a slight delay. So let's turn that off. Let's try that. Try the throttle without that. Without the filter. Let's see. Huh. Huh. Interesting. I can kind of see what it meant about the delay. But the question is, does the throttle look noisier now that I turn that off? That's kind of interesting. I think that speedo's got to be close. That was a weird car. I can't really tell a difference between having that filter on and not having it. It seems like there's a little bit of a delay when you have it on, so maybe that's the reason to leave it off. I want to go down to my spot, but I don't want to get eaten by the bugs. So any of you Vesk guys on a BBSHD, what settings do you think are most crucial? What do you think I should try next? I learned a lot in that first ride. I don't feel like I'm learning as much in this ride, but we've also smoothed it out a lot, and it's working fairly well for like this second ride with this controller on what is probably one of the more difficult motors, you know, like a mid-drive, is in terms of like getting it set up. So let's see here, the FOC, what else have we got? So it seems like if I turn the field weakening higher than like 40, it starts to act a little bit funny. Let's see here. So sensorless. Current. Encoder. Okay, I'm gonna try to disable the phase filters. Let's see how that feels. See if we can tell any difference. Oh. I can't really tell a difference. I don't know. Maybe it feels better without the phase filters. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Sometimes you change some of these things and it's like it's such a subtle difference, and you gotta ride around a little bit in different circumstances to see if it makes a difference. Okay, we're not going this way. I wish I could see the screen. That's a huge problem. Like, I thought like, oh yeah, I'll have an app and we can see everything in the app as we ride our bike around. Wrong. Like, I can't see my screen at all. So it says they're at half battery. I guess I should go back. We got like some weird construction down here, boys. Uh-oh. Interesting. What is it, May 5th? Like, what is going on where there's... Is it like prom or something? I don't know. A lot of people outside. I don't know if these people are crossing the road or if they're waiting to cross the road or what. It'll be interesting to see if we can maintain speed going up this hill on the Flipsky and how hot the motor gets. It's currently at 40. Don't fail me now, Flipsky. Here we go. Alright, can Flipsky keep up with the cars going up the hill? Doesn't seem like it's quite as good as the phase runner right now. This is a giant hill. Let's see, can I give it all the throttle? We're giving it the throttle. I don't think we're going 35 miles an hour, but we're probably going at least 30. Oh. Alright, we're not doing bad. I'm seeing the power is showing like 2,500 watts though. I don't know, maybe I can increase the field weakening a little bit. Oh man, that is a rough spot in the road, buddy. Whoa, 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 water. I guess we're doing, oh man. Flipsky, don't get wet. Don't get wet, Flipsky. I guess we did okay. We might be going 35 miles an hour. I don't know. What do you guys think? Motor went up to 50. That's not bad. Let's pull off to the side here, boys. Oh, oh. Let's pull off to the side here. Let's see. Did the Flipsky get wet? Oh my, oh God, no. Flipsky. Say it ain't so, buddy. Oh. I don't like that. Flipsky, don't get wet. Don't get wet, Flipsky. All right. Hopefully there's not going to be a problem from that one puddle. Man, so that is something about the Flipsky, is if you run through the puddle, you're going to be scared. So let's see here. So we still got some GoPro. So what was I gonna do? I was gonna turn up the field weakening for our voyage home. Let's see. So we're gonna go to FOC's field weakening current. I don't know. Let's make it 44. Like two fours in a row. 44. All right. All right, guys. So it says we got 44% battery. What is that exactly? It says 75.2 volts. Is that 44? Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Sun's going behind a cloud. So what do you guys think? I'm kind of a Vesk newbie. There's got to be somebody out there. How do I get this thing tuned a little bit better? I mean, there's got to be some way to tune those sensorless starting settings, kind of like the phase runner, to smooth it out. Or like, what's the equivalent of like the PLL damping in Vesk? We'll make it 45 field weakening, so let's go rip around and see what happens. I hope the Flipsky didn't get wet on his insides. I don't know, like, I still don't see it doing much more than like 3,000, but I mean, it still feels like it's really ripping. We're going up, we're bumping it up. 48, field weakening. And like I mentioned in that previous video, guys, on the phase runner, like you while you're riding, you can't even change, you can't reprogram it easily. I'm not sure if there's any way to get Bluetooth hooked up with the phase runner. But man, those USB cables that you use to program the phase runner, I've gone through like 3 of those this year so far, like, and I've barely been e-biking. I always wreck those cables. I think I probably wrecked so many of those cables I could have bought like a whole new phase runner. So when I go over bumps, I can, like, my finger presses the throttle a little bit, and it's like, sometimes as I'm riding along, it might sound like the motor is like jerking, but it's actually my finger bumping up and down on the throttle. Got ripping there. I think I might need to solder the phase wires. I think I might need to solder the phase wires onto the motor. I don't know if these quick disconnect, like bullet connectors, can carry enough phase current. Because when I'm looking at the current, I think that's the phase current, right? I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe that's the battery current. I feel like it's monumentally better since I started out with it yesterday. It's a lot better since I started out with this yesterday. Off the bars. Alright, so the only thing about all that field weakening, I don't know, I mean, it seems like right now, when I turn the field weakening up like that, let's see here, motor, so I set it to 48 amps of field weakening. So that felt like my phase runner on like maybe half as much field weakening. So I don't know, I mean, there's got to be some way to make this thing a little bit more, I think, right? It, like, when you turn on that field weakening, it sounds exactly like the phase runner. I gotta figure out some way to like waterproof it and like protect all those wires a little bit better, because man, I just know that those are gonna get messed up hanging out like that. We gotta stop in the sun for a moment here, boys. What do we got left on this GoPro battery? Alright, so GoPro's got 15% left. I'm gonna go back into the Vescap here. 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so far, so good. We smoothed it out quite a bit by revamping the throttle. I've been able to turn up the field weakening and get it moving pretty good. I think there can still be some things that we do as far as like the sensorless. So, you know, in here you can go in here and there's like sensorless stuff. So if anybody has any suggestions about these things, I mean, I know that the sensorless stuff could be tweaked, but a lot of this stuff is just like, it's like, it tells you what it is when you hit help, but it doesn't really help you like decide like what should it be. And so it's just a matter of kind of learning how all this stuff works. So I've been noticing that overall for the power, like when I'm going, it seems like the current is usually around like 40 amps or something, like 40 to 50 amps when I'm giving it the juice. And I don't know, is that the battery current in the top left? Like, I'm not sure. I imagine that's the battery current, because it seems like the phase current has to be more. But so in the settings, I have the battery current set higher than 40 or 50. So I don't know. I mean, should I try? Let's see here. Should I just try going into the battery current? Let's bump up the motor current 110. I think that's the phase amps. And then on the battery current, so I have the battery current set to 75, so I don't know how all this stuff, I don't know. So I'll do battery current 100, or what did I have it at? 75. So maybe I shouldn't do that big of a boost. Let's make it, we'll just make it 95. Alright. So my battery's at 36%, getting low. Let's get this baby home, and well, first let's be very gentle and see, is this feeling okay? so far so good. Anytime you change that motor current or the battery current, like those are the two main things that can get crazy. Like the motor current is your phase current, and that's like the torque. What do you guys think I should set all of the settings to? If you have any suggestions, let me know. Let me know. If you got one of those Luna controllers that's based on VESC, I'd be curious what kind of settings are loaded onto that. Still going here to GoPro. Alright, we got 8% left. Alright, well, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm not gonna pop another GoPro battery in here, I'm just gonna ride home, so. Let's see if this thing will do more. Is it doing any more yet? Like, more current? I saw, seems similar. Oh. I was hitting bumps and then my finger was bumping on the throttle. Man, ouch. I actually think this might work better with the twist throttle on the Flipsky, to be honest. Oh, hey, there's my little dog buddy. Hey, buddy. So I think a lot of this jerkiness is just like my finger bumping on the handlebars, bumping the throttle. Alright guys, the GoPro actually went dead already and it's got 3% and I just turned it back on really quick. But make sure you like and subscribe because I'm going to be getting this Flipsky ripping on the BBSHD this year. It's a $100 controller, turns your e-bike into a beast. 72 volts, 20S battery. Link in the description. Get the Flipsky 7500 Pro V2. Like and subscribe. Peace out, dudes. Thanks for watching. See you next time.